Yes, hello. Now comes a very brief message. I am the crystal, my thoughts are crystal energy, and the whole is bright white light. That's something that you have to know for yourself. You are the crystal, you are the crystal energy, and you are the light. That is to say, you are the crystal, your thoughts are the crystal energy. And the whole, the result, is bright white light, in which everything goes away, vanish, which darkens your own light. And that is happening all the time. In every situation, you have to know that. Ladies and gentlemen, my life was pretty hard, the first terms, and what comes after wasn't so funny at all, with some breaks, but anyway. But tell you what, I was always facing my past, and I lived so many lives before. As empress, as slave, as servant, as clerk, something like that. Middle class, first class, lower class, on the bottom. The whole mixture of life comes into my life. And so is you. So are you. We all face our past. And we all face our own energy which comes along. Okay. The rescue? Crystal energy. Because crystal energy cleans everything. In bright white light, which is very, very hot as well. It's like fire, white fire. And this white fire is really hot. That burns everything. Solves everything out. When people believe in God, they always say in common, light. God is light. Okay, fine. God is not only light, it's very bright white light. You can say Jesus Christ, you can say God, you can say Allah, you can say whatever you say. It's okay, it's this white light anyway. And now you have to face the fact that you have to be the crystal energy as well. So the idea is, you are the crystal. Of course you are the crystal. Everybody is. I remember the group Enigma in the 19th was singing, in every stone sleeps a crystal. And in every stone sleeps a crystal. First, the man too, of course. And every man or woman, in every man or woman sleeps a crystal. God, you see, God is the light without any sex. It's light. But it's dividing in two principles. The masculine principle and the feminine principle. The masculine principle, beware something and hold something. Hold it fast. It's not to move. But the feminine principle is moving, is on the move, changing all the time. So every single man which is alive, who is alive, belongs to the feminine principle. Every man or woman. You can say, as long a man is alive, he belongs to the feminine principle, because he's changing all the time. He's moving all the time. You always are on the move and follow your own thoughts. When you remember your thoughts are crystal energy because your own self is a crystal, then you can go away, separate yourself from all that which is dark in your own light, dark in your own crystal. You see, a lot of people lose their crystal somewhere by their activities, what they're doing, what they're saying, their engagement. They do something and forget that they are actually crystal, and what they're thinking is original crystal energy. And it is crystal energy as long as they don't start to darken it all the time. And too many men darken their own light by saying something which is pretty nonsense. Or they discover something which may be right in some ways, but the conclusions lead into the darkness. And I think it is not necessary to discuss that. And I can't discuss light, impossible. The simple truth is, in every man, either you're light or not. The more you darken other people's light, and a lot of people are doing so, a lot of people doing so. As long as they darken other people's light, they darken their own light as well. It's impossible to make the light or to make the life of other people complicated and harm them in any way, and then keep their own light shining. It's impossible. The more people give their supreme efforts to help other people, the more normally they darken their own light and the light for them as well. When people with a dark consciousness try to help other people, forget it. They can't. Impossible. They give only airs, which is actually very bad air, to be honest, and to put it mildly. That's all. There's no other thing to say. There's no more thing to say. And everybody knows exactly what he was doing. Everybody knows that. And he knows why he does something. And when he controls their own lights and their own thoughts a little bit more, we could save ourselves out. We could save us from a lot of complicated things and a lot of complications and a lot of problems. Of course, we're facing here a lot of trouble. We are in big trouble now. We are, of course. The way we act brings us to that. Maybe we should correct it a little. And the first step is to think, I am the crystal in my life. You can't be the crystal in other lives. It is impossible. They are their own. Everybody is a crystal anyway. So it's not necessary to persuade somebody, to convince somebody from the fact that you are a crystal. If you understand what I mean, it is not necessary to bring them to see that you are a crystal. If you are, they will see it. If they can't see it, they can't see it. And so what? What's the point? What's the problem? You have to remember, that you are a crystal. When in every stone sleeps a crystal, and you sleep a crystal as well. Okay, so we think again, what can we do to bring out our own crystal? Well, a very good idea is actually to stop every thought, every thinking which darken my crystal. Never bring some people in trouble. Never ever. Because then you bring yourself in trouble. And remember that it's a fascinating thing with the magnetism. You see, I saw really a couple, lovers. They stick together, but they don't have a magnet inside. I mean, they love that. There's attraction they have for them, for the other guy. Of course they have. Okay. And so you can remember that everything comes to you, which is a reflection from yourself. And now we have a lot of bad experiences because we have been in the past not so nice, actually. No, not at all. We have to, well, we did something. We have had our tiny faults. And sometimes it was not only tiny faults, they were fucking torture for other selves and for other people and for us. It was impossible. Our behavior wasn't coming forward at all. Not at all. No, it wasn't. Because we didn't realize that we are our crystal. And we did not know how we could shield it. And when I don't know that I'm a crystal, I don't know that I have to shield it. I have to shield something anyway. How should I know that? Nobody tell me that. Okay, but now I know. All right. Okay. Something in my life went into a completely wrong direction. Good. No, not good, but it was happening. Okay. But now I can correct everything. You see, the eternity is somewhat limited by the other eternity. It was M.C. Escher who taught that. Remember the brilliant pictures from him. And brilliant paintings. And he was saying that the eternity is limited by the eternity. Of course, when you think it over, you think an endless number of thoughts in your lives, in your life, and the lives before. I mean, in our life, it is limited, of course. We have 120,000 thoughts a day, and that's can sum it up, and then it's a lot of thoughts, and the lot of thoughts build up our lives. But I think will come. Yes, of course, it does, because what I think is the architect of that what will happen to me. That's it. But when I think now all the time, I'm the crystal, and my thoughts are the crystal energy, and the whole is my bright white light, then it can't be worse then. It can't be so bad. That's not so bad. Not at all. But honestly, this technique is not so hard to understand. It isn't that hard. Oh, come on. You know quite well that your whole mood depends on your thoughts. You know that. You experience that. Remember the romantic candlelight dinner. Oh, fabulous. And then it is possible that he or she destroy it with one silly mark. With one silly word or something, and then everything went wrong. But the situation is the same, but the mood the atmosphere is disturbed. And it can go in a different way. It can be fantastic. A nice candlelight dinner I can destroy with a fucking remark. And even if I stand there in a fish and chips box, which is not a romantic at all, but it can be the nicest time when I stand there with somebody I really in love with, and we have a brilliant time. And then it isn't fish or chip or not, or hamburger or something. Who cares? The mood is fantastic. Only because of that what we both think. All right, so we have it. Back to the beginning. I am the crystal. My thoughts are the crystal energy. and the whole is my bright white light. So, that is completely independent from the surroundings surround me, the circumstances surround me. It is sometimes hard to remember, especially when the situation is rather worst. But remember that the situation is only so rather worst because your thoughts have been like that. They bring you to exactly that situations you're facing. God is so patient with all and has so much mercy with us all. Of course, God are we. We are the devil, we are the God. Because our thoughts can be devil or can be evil or divine. It's ours, it's for us to think. Understand? Good. Then you understand why you did that, what you did. You're facing the facts, you're facing the reality you face. And now you have a splendid answer why everybody see a different reality, although we all look at the same. We see the same, but we draw different conclusions. We come to different conclusions. We draw different ideas from that. "100 people see the same. Ask the 100 people what they have saw of the theme, and you get 100 different answers. Everybody see that what is made for. But you are your creation. That is difficult to understand. You are God, never forget it. You are the God in your light, and you are the God in your life. But you are not the God for other people. Never ever come to this conclusion. So, when you want to go to God the Almighty, you can do. That is the bright white light, that is undeniable, that is the hottest and whitest and brightest light up to over us. Okay, but when I want to go there, I have to be light as well. Otherwise, I can't go. Somehow it can't be that hard to understand. Okay, but never ever come to the idea that somebody is better than the other, or that somebody is because of his sex better than the other, or whatever. Everybody, as long he is alive, belongs to the feminine principle. Never ever forget that. Never. Good. I only mention that because a lot of men say, "Oh, I have I have 7 sons," and which means actually at first and very first and nothing else is that he fucked 6 times. That's it. Also, for a woman, is it a bit more difficult to have 6 or 7 sons and daughters. But remember what funny ideas we get from it when we get this simple fact wrong. What comes from that? Higgledy-piggledy. And we are rather on the bottom. We have to come out of that. Everybody has. Remember, we have too many people who try to draw their attention to themselves. Too many people who try to on the cost of others, have a good life. That goes wrong. Because I have to get, I deserve a lot of applause and I deserve a lot of attention, yes, but from me. Other people can't give it to me. What shall I do with other people's applause? What shall I do with other people's admiration? Why? It's not necessary for me that other people admire me. Why? Not necessary. But I make a special point on that other people have to be their own admirers. That is to say, you worship all the time yourself. I hope that you know that. You have to worship you. You have to take care that your own crystal is bright, clear, and crystal clear. And you have to worship you in order that you are concentrated on that your thoughts are really crystal energy and can lift you up. Other people can't lift me up. They are busy to lift themselves up, I hope. I really hope so. We are very busy to lift ourselves up. Definitely. And see, of course we have politicians and something, and we have those guys, this is normal, and they are busy somehow they're busy with something. But the people are those who bring all the circumstances up, which can controlled by some people, okay, but to be honest, their decisions are not so important, not at all. Not from a chancellor, not from an empire, from an empress, not from a king or queen or whatever. This is nonsense. The point is that you have to control yourself and you have to control your own thoughts. The more bright they are, the more bright is your light. It can't be that hard to understand. And so you have to act. And you will act like that. At first, the first rule is shut up. It is not necessary to tell everybody that. Not in person. I mean, I tell that and make a video from that, but everybody can listen if you like to do that, and then draw his own conclusions, and that's it. It is not necessary to tell everybody that, but it is it is then complicated to tell somebody, hey, by the way, I'm a crystal, I know it, and no, see me, I'm a crystal. Look at my crystal. No, that's not the point. The people have to understand that they are their own crystals, and if you want to see God, great, go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. That's you. Touch yourself, that's God. Okay? Good. You have to understand that because God can't control your own thoughts as long as you don't do it. And that is, yes, we have to, that is some piece of bread and we have to swallow it. Okay. All the anger and all the problems I faces, all because we. Okay, good. Now we take a deep breath and remember, we are the crystal. Okay? And your thoughts bring the crystal in shining again. And the whole is your bright white light. You take care of it. You will. And see, that's because I say all the time, become selfish. Oh yes. Because you have to control every step from yourself. You have to think all the time on yourself. You have. But to be selfish doesn't mean that you have to be mean to others. Not at all. Quite the opposite. Because when you control yourself and you are very, very busy to make your light shining again, then you stop to do anything would harm other people. And you don't let it happen that somebody can harm you. It isn't necessary to be in arms for that. It's not necessary, honestly. You have to understand that when your energy field becomes higher and brighter, and brighter and brighter and brighter, it stops all the activities which harm your light and darken your light. That's a funny thing. And that's something what we have to understand. There's no time to lose. Not when you're facing the world here. We have to understand that. And that is your own business to take care for your own light. Because everybody bring a piece of themselves into the whole. And it would be good if everybody take care for that his piece, what he brings to the whole, is shining. The more people do so, the more shining is the whole thing. Please understand that that is something what you have to do. And you have only to take care for your tiny little piece. And everybody's piece is from the same size like the piece from the others. And it does not matter if you are a chancellor, king, queen, empress, or charwoman, slave, housemaid, clerk, or whatever. The postman, the milkman, whatever. That does not matter. Every man on the world has the same piece for the whole. And you bring your little piece to the whole. The more bright your piece is, the brighter the whole thing is. And that is your responsibility for yourself and for the whole. You see, the whole is not interesting for you. That is not the point. But your own life is interesting for you. The more bright your piece is, the lesser the difficulties will be. And all go away, which make your life and make your life complicated, hard. Understand? I hope so. Please understand that it's a very simple fact. And of course you can ask Jesus Christ for help. I mean, Jesus Christ is crystal energy. That's because he was named Christ. Of course Christ comes from a crystal energy. And by the way, Jesus Christ was not there to take the burden of all of the whole lot and suffer for it. That is nonsense. Like anybody else, he suffered from his own sins. I don't know why he was, when they say he was innocent, I'm not sure why. If he was so innocent, then he wouldn't be crucified. That is nonsense. But there's one thing I remember that stands in the Bible. I'm sorry, but it really stands in the Bible. I can remember that his mother was trying 3 times to talk to him. And 3 times he sent her away. And I bet, what's the betting? That actually his mother came to him to say, by the way, son, the point is, when you now always healing, and you don't take care for your own energy, that can't be pretty hard for you now, because you have to fix everything again. I mean, here all the time, we get bread, and there, and here's bread, and here's wine, and here are the fishes or whatever. You have somehow to recover. Otherwise, it goes wrong. And as we know, he was crucified. I'm not sure that was necessary. That depends. I mean, even now, 2,000 years later, we talk from him. Maybe it wasn't so in vain. I don't know. But at first, I know something. Only in crystal energy, Jesus Christ or not Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter now with Jesus Christ. Never no one suffer for somebody else. Nonsense. That's pretty nonsense. But crystal energy is really something that cleans everything. And that's because I'm saying you are a crystal. Your crystal will clean everything as long as your thoughts are crystal energy. And I'm very sorry, but that can't be that hard to understand. I admit it is pretty exhausting to face the whole problems here, and then remember that your light is actually in yourself, and then your thoughts, your own thoughts had been crystal energy, okay, and then you have to remember that you're actually a crystal. Yeah, okay. It can't be exhausting. Yes. The car breaks down and the window is broken and the vacuum cleaner is broken as well and then come the taxes and then come that and then come that and the damn wall is necessary to rebuild again and oh no. The other son come home with a bad mark. And the husband lost his job. And then, boo, you shall remember you are crystal. Okay. Quite clear. I understand. Praise the Lord. Tell you what, the Lord is the biggest crystal anyway. But okay, we have to be nurse our little crystal. So there's a very, very big crystal above us, okay? And then we have here our small piece. It's our little crystal. But we have to nurse it. Okay. But all that wrongdoings in the past, what we have done, do you know what we burn? What is our burden? What we cast on our shoulders? Yes, I know. Do you know what that means? Yes, I know. Oh, Dagmar, shut up. Do you know what I have here for problems? No. But I can have a good imagination from that. I guess that is the same problems everybody has. But we have to understand that we are the light. And Madroni Cash once sung, I saw the light, and now I'm so happy, now I'm so bright, and so on. Yes, the thing is, I not only saw the light, I know I am the light. For my problems, I am the light. And to be fair, I have to solve out my problems. And that was pretty much. And I think you can sing the same song. Good. Welcome. Join the club. But now we remember we are the crystal light. We are the crystal. Okay. We are the crystal. Good. Our thoughts are the crystal energy. Good. We are the bright white light. Again. That's the whole point on our whole journey. And I admit that some people have a better, more comfortable life as mine. Clear. They haven't faced the half of problems I have. Okay. But there are better times, and on the better times, I obviously I wasn't able to nurse them and to make it better. I couldn't. But now I recall the same from the Beatles. Hey Jude. Say some made better. Remember, Stand up and make it better. Do you have to refrain in your head? I have to say, make it better, 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 better. Oh. I remember. And so, make it better. We didn't know that. Yeah, the crystal. We didn't know that. Especially when everybody, especially the church, always tell us we are so sinners and everything like that. A lot of people draw us into a completely different direction. A lot of people did. And we have been receptive for that. A lot of people did. False alarms, false directions, and false tips, and false prophets, and whatever. Yeah. So what? Their problem. Remember that you are the light, and remember that your thoughts direct you. And funny enough, that is what they do all the time. Your thoughts direct you. You follow your thoughts. Sleepwalking. Almost sleepwalking. What you think, you believe. You believe what you think. Otherwise you wouldn't think so. And you can believe me, whatever you do, you follow that. What you have thought. Follow that, what you think. Sleepwalking. And what do you think what will happen when you always say, I am the crystal? I'm a crystal. And my thoughts are the crystal energy. And as long as I think that, my light is bright white light. And in my light, everything is thought out. How long you think will take it until you get that in? Believe me, you don't get it in half an hour. But it is always the repeating. Repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat it. It has to come in your head. I remember I was watching television a couple of months, and then they have been pretty scornful about the believers in a religion group. I don't share this group. It was a kind of Bhagwan or what, I have no idea. And they always, and that was so scornful how they show it. They have the prayer, the chains, the prayer chains. The rosary we say for the Catholics and the other guys, they have some long prayer chains. And they have been so scornful and say, they have to do, they say that all the time, they have to say 100 times and then say it again 100 times or whatever. And they poke fun about that. And close the television, and I think, so that's something where I poke fun about that. People always repeat a special religion text. But in that way, you repeat the McDonald's song, you repeat that what the commercial breaks tell you, when there's a commercial thing, a lot of people they sing the song from MediaMarkt or from Walmart or something like that. It's the advertising we have always in our mind, because we always are forced to see and to hear that, and we repeat it in our thoughts. Is that our religion? So please, come on, repeat in your thought, in your head. I am bright white light. And I'm the crystal, and my thoughts are crystal energy. Repeat that. Or what do you think? Why the advertising always bring you to repeat their stuff? You see, it is the thoughts, your thoughts, which direct you. I hope you understand that. And I'm glad that you listened to me. I'm sorry my English is not so good as it was 20 years ago, but that's not the point. I think I make myself understand. I wish you a very good life and very good thoughts. I wish you very good thoughts. Quite knowing that your thoughts are that what direct you through your life. And no thought is better than to say, I'm the crystal in my life, and I'm bright white light. Bright white light harm nobody. Have a good time.